Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we continue the story of what if Goku and UUB were twins. Before we get started, I hope you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon to be informed of any future what ifs. It's free and you can always unsubscribe in the future. If we hit the like goal of 20 likes, I'll start making the next part. And if you have any what if suggestions for me, write down in the comments, and if I see enough interest, I'll do it. Now, let's continue this story. It has been some time since Grandpa Gohan's passing, and the two boys continue their daily lives on Mount Pautsu. Goku goes to hunt for dinner, while UUB exercises, but after a couple of hours, there's still no sign of Goku, and UUB begins to worry, but then he hears a scream. He goes to check it out, only to see his brother picking up a strange object and throwing it aside, claiming that a monster attacked him. The two are ready to fight, but then they see a person coming out of the car. The person tries to shoot Goku, but it has no effect. She then tells them that she is not a monster. UUB, being a bit more smarter than his brother, thinks it's probably okay because she seems like just another person. Goku is a bit suspicious, but he decides to trust his brother. She introduces herself as Bulma and explains that she has been hunting for something called Dragon Balls. Her radar shows that one of the Dragon Balls is near here. UUB and Goku have no idea what a Dragon Ball is, but maybe they can ask Grandpa Gohan for advice. Bulma is a bit relieved to maybe talk to an older person who might understand, but when they get to their home, there's no one inside. However, she can see that there's a Dragon Ball inside, and she can't believe it. It is here. Of course, UUB and Goku won't let her take it because it's in memory of their grandpa. But Bulma explains that while it is important, that's not the true meaning of the Dragon Ball. This is one of the mystical orbs, and if you collect all 7 of them, they'll grant you any wish. They're taken aback by the idea of granting wishes, which actually sounds pretty interesting. She shows them the other 2 Dragon Balls she has collected, and as they can see, they are practically identical, with the only difference being the number of their stars. So they decide to let Bulma have it, but since they want to be with the Dragon Ball a bit longer, they decide to join Bulma on her journey. Bulma agrees, as these kids seem strong and could provide extra protection. She throws a capsule and they all get on the motorcycle. It's a bit cramped, but they manage to fit as their journey begins. Now, most of the first arc goes the same with minor changes, but I'll still cover it. They encounter Turtle, and Goku and UUB decide to help it. They meet Master Roshi, who appears to have a Dragon Ball. Using Bulma's method, they obtain the next Dragon Ball. Roshi becomes interested in Goku and UUB and realizes that they're the grandsons of Grandpa Gohan. He is saddened to learn of his students passing, but decides to give them the Flying Nimbus, a cloud that only can ride those with a pure heart. Goku and UUB can ride it, but Bulma can't, so she holds onto Goku as they fly off to their next destination. The next Dragon Ball is in a village, where they save a bunch of people from the shapeshifter Oolong, who they convince to join their side. They travel through the desert, where they encounter the desert bandit Yamcha. Despite the 2 boys being very hungry, Goku and UUB manage to defeat him, who is surprised by their power and decides to follow them. Next, they arrive at Fire Mountain, where they meet the Ox King. They found out that he is also a student of Master Roshi and a good friend of Grandpa Gohan. He agrees to let them have the Dragon Ball, but it's located in the mountain, which is on fire. Goku, like the original, finds Chi-Chi and promises to marry her in the future, thinking that it's just some kind of food. They bring Master Roshi, who uses his famous Kamehameha to put out the fire, leaving Goku and UUB surprised and impressed by the power they just witnessed. They decide to try learn it as well, and while Goku's attempt is pretty good, UUB's mastery is on a whole other level, almost replicating the power of Roshi's Kamehameha. Remember, Kid Buu was actually a fighting genius, able to learn instant transmission after only seeing it once, so his reincarnation should have the same level of growth. Roshi is amazed by these kids' quick learning, and he knows he needs to keep an eye on them. After that, they search through the destroyed mountain and find their next Dragon Ball. As they approach Pilaf's castle, they are ambushed by one of his servants, who destroys their car and takes their Dragon Balls and flies away. The gang only having the 4-star ball, which Goku had in his possession. Thankfully, Yamcha and Puar, who had been following them, decides to give them a ride. They arrive at Pilaf's castle, where they get into a trap and fall asleep, with the Pilaf gang stealing the last Dragon Ball. Our group finds themselves trapped in a prison cell, just as the full moon rises. Thankfully, UUB, who's a bit more mature than his brother, avoids looking at it, remember his grandpa's words. Unfortunately, Goku does look at it and begins to transform. His suit turns up as he grows in size and transforms into a giant ape. Everyone is stunned by the transformation, but UUB is just shocked. It looks exactly like the monster from Mount Pounsu. Suddenly, he realizes that his grandpa was killed by this monster. At the same time, Goku was gone. That means that Goku killed Grandpa Gohan. UUB is in complete shock and unable to move. Yamcha has to carry him to dodge the stomps coming from Goku. Similar to the original, Oolong was able to steal the wish of Shenron, and with the help of the group, they managed to cut off Goku's tail. After the incident, UUB was put down on the ground, who is still in shock and unable to comprehend what he just learned. Everyone tries to console him, but it doesn't work. He looks depressed and saddened, but he can't be angry with his brother. He understands that Goku couldn't control the transformation and must have accidentally killed his grandpa. Now he's scared of his own tail, knowing he himself can transform into that monster. After the incident, UUB asks Yamcha to cut off his tail, because he's afraid that if he accidentally looks at the full moon, he may harm someone else. Yamcha agrees and they cut off his tail. After the process is done, UUB tells the group they shouldn't tell Goku about this because it would break his heart, and everyone agrees. After Goku awakens, the group separates, with Goku and UUB returning to Master Roshi's house for training. Roshi agrees to train them. They also gain another friend, a monk named Krillin. Their training begins and proves to be very rigorous, but UUB seems to have an easier time due to his amazing potential, performing the workout routines with relative ease, with Goku not being too far behind while Krillin struggling to keep up. Even Master Roshi recognizes UUB's potential. He grows insanely quickly during training and can learn techniques at a glance, which worries Roshi a bit. With the upcoming martial arts tournament on the horizon, Roshi realizes that if one of his students wins, they might become overconfident with their power. Therefore, Roshi decides to train himself as well, to be prepared for the tournament and to teach his students a lesson. During this time, the two brothers have not talked much since UUB is still having mixed feelings about Goku being their grandpa's killer. Sure, he did do it on accident, but it was still his fault that he went outside during the full moon. But after a couple of months, he decides that he can't let that distract him. Goku did it on accident. End of story. After 6 months of the training, the 3 Turtle Hermit students and Master Roshi participate in the martial arts tournament, reaching the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, UUB replaces Ronfan. The first 2 matches go the same, with Krillin defeating Bacterian and Jackie Chan defeating Yamcha, even easier than originally due to Jackie Chan's training. Next is UUB vs Nabu, which I don't even need to cover to say that UUB wins easily. Following this, Goku faces Girin, and the fight unfolds as it did in the original series. Finally, it's the semi-finals, with Krillin facing Jackie Chan, and their battle also plays out similarly because even though Krillin's stronger, the same goes for Master Roshi, so Master Roshi still beats him. The next match of the semi-finals is brother versus brother, Goku versus UUB. They're excited to fight each other since it's been a while since they had a full-on fight against one another. They wish each other luck as they take their battle stances.
The second match starts!
But that's where we have this part of what if Goku and UUB were twins. As always, if you have any what if suggestions for me, write down in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. And if this video reaches 20 likes, I will make the next part. Peace.